Hello, welcome to the Grow Your Wealthy Mindset podcast, where it is all about helping amazing physicians just like you create a wealthy life free from burnout and with the financial security to practice medicine on your own terms. I'm your host, Dr. Elisa Zhang. Hello, and welcome back to the Grow Your Wealthy Mindset podcast. I hope you're enjoying your summer and staying cool. I know so far the summer has had some particularly hot days, depending on where you are in the country. As of July 5th, 2026, Trump accounts are now available as another way for parents to give money to their children with some potential tax savings. This is the second episode I'll have done on Trump accounts. The first episode was episode 198, Trump Accounts Explained, What Parents Need to Know, which was released on March 11th, 2026. And there will be some overlap between these two episodes, but if you want to learn more about Trump accounts, you may want to listen to that other episode as well. Trump accounts are tax-advantaged investment accounts that theoretically are similar to IRAs and are technically 530A IRA savings plans. These accounts are available to U.S. citizens with a valid Social Security number and who are under the age of 18 years. Accounts can be created by a parent or legal guardian of an eligible child using IRS Form 4547, which can be filled out and submitted using the Trump Accounts app or when filing taxes. There is a $5,000 contribution limit for 2026, though you do not have to make any contribution even if you open an account. Contributions by parents or other family members or friends are not tax deductible. Let me repeat that. The contribution that you make into a Trump account is not tax deductible. You're not going to save taxes by contributing to your child's Trump account. There is one way that the contribution could be tax deductible. Employers can contribute up to $2,500 to Trump accounts, either to the accounts of their workers if they hire, let's say, teenagers, or they can contribute to their workers' children. So your employer could contribute to your child's Trump account if they decide to do so. Contributions are tax deductible for employers. Employers may also choose to offer employees the ability to make pre-tax contributions to their child's Trump account through a salary deduction program. This means that if you own your own business or private practice, you may be able to have your business contribute $2,500 to your child's Trump account and actually get a tax deduction for your business. Remember, I am not a CPA, so discuss this with your CPA if you plan on using this strategy. States, qualified nonprofit organizations, and philanthropists may also make contributions to Trump accounts, but their contributions must be made to members of a qualified class. An example could be making contributions to any child born during a specific year, or of the child in a given state, or in a given zip code, or whatever specific qualifications they make. The reason you may want to open a Trump account for your child is if they were born or will be born during the calendar year of Trump's current presidential term, meaning they're born between January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2028. If your child is born in that time period, then the U.S. government will deposit $1,000 into the account. It's a free $1,000 for your child, so this would be a good reason to open a Trump account. You do not have to contribute anything to the account in order to receive the $1,000 deposit. Any money in a Trump account will be invested in companies based in the United States. By law, Trump accounts must be invested in broad U.S. equity index funds that will track the overall U.S. stock market. These index funds cannot use any leverage and cannot charge any more than 0.1% in annual fees. Compared to other accounts like IRAs, there is very little flexibility and few options for investments within a Trump account. Again, money can only be invested in the overall U.S. stock market, something like the S&P 500 index. It cannot be invested in specific stocks. There will be no options for any bonds, even including U.S. bonds, There is no ability to diversify to international markets. Generally, I am a fan of investing in low-cost index funds that track the overall US market. However, consider this. Currently, 37% of the value of the S&P 500 index is from 9 tech stocks, which are heavily betting on AI. These are NVIDIA, Apple, Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Broadcom, Meta, Micron Technology Inc., and Tesla. While SpaceX is not currently included in the S&P 500 index, it may be added after the mandatory 12-month seasoning period. If the AI bubble turns out to be like the dot-com bubble, then you may want to be prepared for a bumpy ride. That's honestly true whether or not you're investing in a Trump account or investing in any other account. But if you're in another account, then you have the option of diversifying your investments further with things like international stocks or bonds or even real estate. The growth period goes from the time the account is open until the child owner of the account turns 18. During the growth period, funds cannot be withdrawn from the account. Consider any contributions you make to a Trump account totally locked away, as well as totally invested in the US stock market, without any ability to make changes until the child turns 18. That's right, it's going to automatically be invested. You can't even change it to be in a cash position if you want to. Also consider any contribution you've made into your child's Trump account as no longer your own asset in any way. Any value in the Trump account will belong to the account holder the year the account holder turns 18. At that point, the child, who is now considered an adult at age 18, can continue to keep the account or can withdraw from the account. Any withdrawals on the growth will be taxed at ordinary income tax rates. The non-deductible contributions will not be taxed on withdrawal. But remember, that was after-tax money that was contributed anyways. So that's not exactly a tax benefit. The account holder at age 18 can withdraw the funds right away and use it to spend on, well, anything they want, essentially. If the money is used for qualified expenses like education or a first home purchase, then there is no penalty on the withdrawal. They'll still be paying taxes at ordinary income rates, but not a penalty. If it's not used for a qualified expense, then there is a 10% penalty if the money is taken out of the account before the account holder reaches the age of 59 and a half. I hope by now you're realizing that there's not any great tax advantages with these accounts. Basically, the growth on the account is not taxed during the growth years, but is taxed at ordinary income rates, not capital gain rates, at the time of withdrawal, with a potential penalty if the withdrawal is not used for qualified expenses. Consider if you invest in an exchange-traded fund like VTI in a brokerage account. Well, the growth isn't actually taxed while you're owning the VTI shares anyways. It's only taxed when you sell those shares, and then at that point, it'll be taxed at the capital gains rate, not at the ordinary income rate. And there's no penalty. So really, from a tax advantage standpoint, Trump accounts really aren't great. Another downside is that while the funds in a Trump account can go towards paying for college without incurring a penalty, the funds in the account will actually count as the child's asset and not a parental asset. Student-owned assets are assessed at up to 20% compared to parent assets at 5.64% counted each year. Assets in a Roth IRA owned by a student are not counted for college financial aid unless the money is actually withdrawn from that Roth IRA. 529 plans count as a parental asset, not as the child's asset. If you don't think your child is going to qualify for any financial aid due to your own income, then this may not really matter at all. However, it is something to consider, especially when you think about how many accounts there are out there to help you save for your child's education or to help you pass on wealth to your children. This includes 529 plans, as well as custodial UGMA and UTMAs. If your child earns income, maybe they have a part-time job when they're a teenager, then you can help them contribute to a Roth IRA for them. I've heard parents who have their child put 50% of their earnings into the child's Roth IRA, and then the parent matches the child's contributions. As a parent, if you want to be really generous, you can allow your child to spend all the money that they earn and then contribute how much they earn to the Roth IRA up to the annual limit of contributions. Or you can do anything in between. You can match 1 to 3, so the child could put 25% of their earnings into the Roth IRA and you put 3 times that amount. It's really up to you. For most people, it's probably not that beneficial to open a Trump account for their children. If your child doesn't qualify for the $1,000 grant from the government, then you're likely better off using different accounts and strategies. If you are flush with cash and you want to start passing your wealth to your children, Trump accounts may be another tool for you to use. However, I do want to stress, before contributing any of your own money to a Trump account, make sure you understand all the fine print and the downsides of these accounts. If you're not yet maxing out all the retirement accounts available to you, unless of course you have a specific reason not to, then you should probably stop thinking about contributing to a Trump account for your children. To wrap this up, if your child qualifies for the $1,000 gift from the government, which means they're born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028, as well as being a U.S. citizen, then it makes sense to open a Trump account for that child to get the free money. There's no need to contribute anything to get that $1,000, so you can open the account, the $1,000 gets deposited, you leave that $1,000 to grow until the child turns 18, and then when the child turns 18, they'll have some free money from the government. Otherwise, most people would be better off taking a pass on opening or contributing to a Trump account. I know overall I sound pretty negative about Trump accounts, but that's also because I've just talked to so many doctors who aren't using the backdoor Roth IRA strategy for themselves, and I would highly encourage doing that before putting money into Trump accounts. Thank you so much for being a listener of the Grow Your Wealthy Mindset podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you could share it with your friends and colleagues. And now for the disclaimer. I am not a certified financial planner, accountant, or attorney, and nothing I say should be construed as professional investment, tax, or legal advice. This show is primarily for your education and entertainment. I am a physician, but I'm probably not your physician. So if you need any medical advice, please contact your own physician. Thank you.